Hi, this is Jen from Bumble Monkey, and today I'm going to show you how to slip stitch two squares together from the section 1 of the Keep Calm and Crochet On UK groovyghan. It's actually very simple to do, and you're just going to need a little bit of yarn, whatever color you want to actually join your squares together with. You can choose a completely different color, or you can choose one to hide along with one of the colors that you have chosen on your outside there. You're going to need your hook, and you're also going to need, if you would prefer, some stitch markers if you want to hold your squares together. When you join them together, you want them to look like a scarf at the very end. So you have 10 squares, I only have 2 here, and you want to continue joining them along the side until they look like a very long scarf. Then you want to decide what is going to be your front or your back. So you could have this as your front, or that is your front. Everyone is completely different. Then I am not going to be using stitch markers for this. I feel comfortable enough joining the squares together that I don't need it, but it is actually very simple to do. So once you've decided what your front is for both squares, you want to line them up. I'm going to put my hook through this chain 3 here, through that corner. I'm going to wrap my yarn around the hook, pull it through. Now I'm going to work into this stitch here, but I'm only going to pick up the front loop. I'm going to leave that back loop alone. Okay, so now I've got 2 loops on my hook. I'm going to pick up this square because I didn't put a stitch marker in them to keep them together, and I'm going to pick up this stitch right here, again only the front loop. So I now have 3 loops on my hook. I got the yellow, the green, and the purple. I'm going to yarn over. I'm going to pull through all the loops on my hook, and that is my first slip stitch. Doesn't look very pretty just yet. Now I'm going to work into the second stitch. So this one here and this one right there. Again, only through the front loops. So as you can see, I have 3 loops on my hook again. I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 3. There's my 2 slip stitches. Now I'm going to continue on and do that for each stitch along the sides, and we're going to see what they look like at the very end. When you slip stitch these, you want them to be nice and loose, because if this is tight, it is going to pull your squares together and they are going to look kind of funny. So you want them to be nice and loose. I'm trying to go slowly here so you can see, especially if you are not used to crocheting. And while this may look nice and light to you, unfortunately I have a shadow from where I am sitting. So that's why everything keeps coming out of focus for you. Again, just keep working through the front loops, making sure everything is nice and loose. And you really only want to join your squares together after you have blocked them, if you choose to block, that is. Not everyone does want to block their squares. Some people think makes for a nicer square. And some people may not have the right size that they wish, which is also another reason why you can block. Other people are happy with their squares just the way they are. I am almost done here. I only have 2 more stitches to go through. Oh, sorry. So now that this is finished, I did not block my squares, so they are going to look a little funny. But there you have it. You can then cut your yarn, weave in the ends, and everything will be finished quite nicely. And it will actually lay nice and flat. So again, you don't have to use an alternating color. In this case, I could have used green. You only would have had a little bit of green show up in here, but it would have been completely hidden right here. And that is the slip stitch join for this section of the crochet along. I hope this helps you.